I'm sure we all expected, it was only a matter of time before more Blade Ball inspired games started popping up in the entire community. And today we are in a brand new one called Anime Ball. This game came out actually like, I want to say 2 or 3 days ago. And at one point I was the #1 player in wins as well as kills in this game, but that was like the day after release. Actually, I have a screenshot of this and I'll go ahead and put it on the screen right now just so I have a little bit of proof. But none of that is important because I'm going to give you guys a quick tour on how this game is a little bit different than Blade Ball and kind of how I can see that a lot of you might actually like this one. So I guess let's go ahead and start off with kind of like the basic stuff. There is going to be weapons as well as explosion crates inside of here. In that aspect, I would say it is very much the same as Blade Ball. They got a couple of different ones in here. For the most part, all of them are anime themed. If you notice here, we got Power Staff, we got the Ghoul Slayer, we got the Hanma Fist, which is from Baki, Death Note book, and then a couple of rare ones, Axe of Pride, Demon Blade, and one mythical one. Now let's take a look at the really spicy stuff here, that being obviously the abilities. This would be the absolute kind of game changer for the game, but in reality, it really isn't. You got Skywalk, which is, I guess, kind of like a super jump, but not really. It basically allows you to jump 3 times in the air instead of just only twice, like how you kind of start off with. Then you have Stasis, which works the exact same way as telekinesis in Blade Ball. You have invisibility, straightforward. Shadow Clone is actually one that's completely different and not in Blade Ball. So basically, this is probably my favorite one right now because it counters like Kamehameha as well as Wind Shuriken, which are by far the most OP ones in the game right now. But it's very straightforward. Spawn in a shadow decoy of your player, which the ball will target. So it quite literally does that. Just makes a copy of yourself and the ball will go to them instead of you. Almighty Attraction is basically a different form of pool. Wind Shuriken, this one, another unique one, which I absolutely hate when it's being used against me. Basically, the ball will go towards you and then it starts doing circles all the way around you. It'll do this like 5 or 6 times until finally it targets you and starts attacking. If the ball is going really fast, there is probably no way that you're going to counter this unless you're running Shadow Clone or potentially invisibility. So it's definitely a really annoying one. Then you have Nen Shield, which I actually have not seen this one used at all. So I don't exactly know how to counter this or even exactly what it does or how it even looks like. But then we end off with the Kamehameha. This one is just as OP as you would imagine. You use it, it targets somebody, sends the ball flying super fast at them. And actually, this is the only ability in the game that there is 2 separate ways for you to be able to get it. Because yes, unlike in Blade Ball, where you go ahead and kind of accumulate coins to then just straightforward purchase the one that you want, here, all of the abilities are locked behind a random spin wheel. So it's 1,000 yen in order to spin this, and you will get one of the abilities unlocked. You can go ahead and get the Kamehameha from here, but it is a 0.5% chance to get this. The second place would be up here on the top left-hand side, which is your spin wheel. You can purchase 3 spins every single day for 1,000 yen each spin. I actually went ahead and saved up my spins so that we can do this live on camera. But if you noticed, inside of here, the Kamehameha is actually a 1%. So the likelihood of you getting it is way better in here. Let's see if we can actually pull this. So we got yen for the first one, we got a yen boost for the second one, and the third one is going to be another 400 yen. So still very difficult to get, but nonetheless really cool that the best ability in the game is just strictly free to play and you can't exactly pay to win. I mean, I guess you can if you buy just a bunch of spins and you spend like thousands of Robux on that. But now let's talk about the actual gameplay itself. If you guys have noticed in the bottom, there's something really interesting, and that's that in this game, you start off with dash. It doesn't matter what ability you're using, dash is always going to be an ability that's available for you. So if you press Q, you will always have a dash available. Now I'm going to turn off my AFK so we can jump into the next game, and I can explain to you guys a little bit more on the actual gameplay and how this is very different from Blade Ball. For starters, the ball goes insanely fast very quickly. I spoke to the developer when I was chasing after first place the first time, and the idea that they're kind of going for here is very kind of like opposite of what Blade Ball is going for. In Blade Ball, you can have obviously long range combat, you can also have close range combat, but here it looks like they're emphasizing more the use of long range combat. So it's very, very rare when you see people doing clashes in this game. And again, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the ball goes super fast. Also, I forgot to turn on my audio. It was very, very loud. Oh, look, somebody just used Kamehameha there. So yeah, it's quite instant. There's probably no way, unless you're using Shadow Clone, that you're going to be able to counter that. Now, another thing that's probably a hit or miss for some people is the ball in this game has a very, very big hitbox. So you need to go ahead and block way in advance. Let's go ahead and try and get a win here. All right, standoff time. Oh man, I dashed right into that one. I guess I also can show you guys a couple of other things, like the game passes. They do have instant spin, which is kind of the only one that I own right now because I was trying to get like a better sword and I kept getting frustrated with the animation. But yeah, aside from that, they also have VIP and they have dual wield. So dual wield is really cool, just purely cosmetic. It allows you to basically, obviously, hold two swords. Kind of want to use my shadow ability so I can show you guys what that looks like. Now, one thing that I will say is that they are still sort of altering the game a little bit, making changes here and there. Is that going to hit me? That might hit me. Oh, there we go. I used the decoy. Spawn decoy, took out this guy. So yeah, they're constantly altering different things. When I was playing, you were able to curve the ball, but it was insanely aggressive. I mean, if I was to throw the ball backwards, it literally did a whole 360 around the entire map. But it seems like that's kind of been toned down a little bit. And they've also still been making changes as well to the Kamehameha ability, because that one was even more broken than it kind of already is. And I'm sure that eventually they'll find the sweet spot for everything. There goes the decoy again. Kind of want to show you guys the curveballs in this game, but we got to get the ball going fast here. Okay. We won that, but that wasn't really all that fair. I think he just kind of misclicked. Yeah, taking a look over here at the leaderboards, I'm currently in 9th place for kills, and then over here for win, I'm also in 9th place. I did get knocked down a lot, but it's not really a big deal. The game is actually starting to get a little bit of players here. I think as I'm recording this video, there is about like 180 players. I don't know, man. I think it's pretty interesting. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of kind of not Blade Ball copies, but kind of, maybe, I guess. It depends on how you want to look at it. In the Roblox community, it's called inspired games. I wouldn't exactly say cop, but I mean, I'm still curious to hear some of your opinions in the comments. Let me hear what you guys have to say about this. Maybe you like it more. Maybe you're going to check it out. Obviously, I'll have a link to the game at the very top of the comments so you can go ahead and join in. Oh, there he goes. He's using Kamehameha. Who is he going to use it on? Oh, he paused it midway. Oh, but then he walked into it. Oh, before I forget, wait, actually, hold on. Let me hit this. Okay, so like I was saying, before I forget, if you open up codes, type in carbon, redeem, this will go ahead and give you 400 yen to go ahead and start off. Nice little code that was given to me by the developers. Shout out to him. I believe his name is pronounced Ederites. Super, super cool guy. From what I've heard, man, they have a lot of crazy plans for this game. Lots of game modes. They're also going to be taking more of like a PvE approach to this game. So there might be game modes with bosses, question mark, as well as like other PvE modes. I don't know. It definitely seems like they're taking a completely different approach on this game. And they're also even considering adding trading. So that's one thing that I have noticed in this game. The hitbox is just so massive, at least a lot bigger than it is on Blade Ball. So you really have to click super early. If not, stuff like that happens. The hitbox is insane in this game. Okay, so I was kind of curious why the hitbox on the ball felt so big that last game, and it was because I had 400 ping, peaking almost 600 at times. Inside of here, I'm at like 80, 90 ping, bouncing back and forth, so that's definitely a lot more reasonable. Now the ball won't take me out from 10 feet away. Let's go. Either way, man, I'm really curious to read the comments on this video. I really just wanted to do this to kind of introduce you guys into maybe a potential new one that you might like. It's also really interesting to see what kind of approach everyone is going to take on this type of style. Tomorrow is the big Halloween update on Blade Ball. We're going to be covering it here on the channel, so make sure that you guys subscribe, turn on notifications. You do not want to miss it. I have a feeling there's going to be some crazy stuff tomorrow. Try and end this off on a high note, hopefully. Wait, what? I hit the ability button, it didn't work. Now we're doing that again. There we go. Much better. Oh, bro, I just randomly spinned and we got it. No way, I was just gonna end the video. Wait a minute, and I got that on recording. Bro, we got the Kamehameha on a 0.5% chance. All right, we're jumping into one last game before we end this video off. I know I've tried ending this like 3 times now, but something crazy keeps happening. All right, so from what I've seen from people, this has the ability to kind of kill you, so I have to be very careful. But there's really only one way of learning how to use it, and that's by just using it and kind of hoping for the best. I'm gonna wait here till the ball targets me. There we go. And then we're gonna try and, I don't know, this target right here. Okay, that was kind of cool. I don't really see how people kind of take themselves out with that, but it's pretty simple. You just press it, look the direction, and it just shoots the ball. I'm not sure if that's very comparable to Infinity, but I'd say that it definitely has somewhat of a feel like Infinity, except that you don't really catch the ball for 10-15 seconds. Let me know in the comments if you guys get lucky enough to go ahead and get the Kamehameha. I'm excited, man. Comments are going to be nice. I got a lot of questions for you guys, different answers I'm going to be getting here. I'll be replying to you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Take care.